What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of Hyper Hall. Got my man D here. We got a really good show for you guys. Darnell went to the Baltimore Comic-Con this past weekend. We're going to see what it's like, who he met, what he picked up, or how much cash, or moolah as they call it, did he make. So D, first and foremost, man, how's your week going?
It's going good, man. Just trying to
Yeah?
keep it moving. It's been a while since we did a show, right? It's been quite a while. But, have to be back on camera again. Happy to kind of share the adventures of comic book collecting and the whole nine.
Nice. Tell everybody, man, how was the con? I know last time you went a year ago, they kind of slighted you a little bit because you were in line from what I can remember. Then they had some VIP package going on. I guess people were like just shuffled in front of you, but I guess you were lucky enough to kind of get your books in before the line just built crazy. Like, was it the same experience this year?
Nah, I didn't get in early like I did last time. I know that they did do the dealer submissions on Thursday where the dealers could submit their stuff early. Then, you had, the VIP and general admission sometime about 1 o'clock. I can't remember exactly. I think it was 1 o'clock that it actually started. We got there before it opened. And once they opened the doors and stuff like that, went straight there. But there were no any real VIPs that were there that were in line or whatever. They just weren't there. And they make sure they tried to separate people between right? Seriously. It's been a long day, I guess.
In this political climate.
Give me a break, man.
Freudian slip.
So they separated people between the people who kind of did all their forms online and people had to actually kind of use their little laptop, little kiosk that they had there to, put in their stuff. So I fairly quickly, maybe 10, 15 minutes that, was there. I was behind some guy, that was, had a whole bunch of books from England or something like that. He flew all the way from England to be at the convention, or he's doing something here in the States. And he knew about the con and the on-site grading and he brought his stuff.
Well, you were telling me too that they had some booths set up or something like that where you can register quickly.
Yeah, they had I never really paid too much attention before in the past, but they had the little kiosks where, they had the laptops and the printers and stuff there. They had you go in there, log in and pretty much get out of there fairly quickly. They seem to have much more staff, to assist you, had more than enough. There was always somebody not doing something that could actually go and help people if they were having issues trying to log their stuff in on the laptops.
See, I got confused. I remember when we were talking about it earlier, I thought you meant there were, because just so you know, people, Darnell got his books back in what, 24 hours? Is that
less?
Look at less.
It's same day. So what they were doing is that all high value books, if you paid for a high value book or something like that, all that stuff would get graded first, and all the modern and the economy stuff would grade last.
Okay.
So I turned my stuff in, and between Baltimore and where I currently live is an hour and a half, and the con closed at 7. Well, I'm on the road about 4 o'clock, 4:30, and then I'm in the car and HN got some emails or whatever. And I'm like, oh, man, let me see exactly where they're at in the process. And then I logged into the website, and they're like, man, ready for pickup. I'm like, what? Now I'm halfway home.
Wait a minute. Slow down. Stop for a second, people. Stop. Hold on. Let me just try to understand this. You dropped them off that day.
Yeah.
The con closed at 7 p.m. Friday. Right. As you're driving home, you're like, let me check my email.
Right.
And then, boom, you see the message, ready for pickup. But you're already close to your house.
Yep.
See, so that's why I got confused when you told me there were booths there. And maybe I'm just I'm stupid, but I thought they were great in the booths.
No, they're in there. They're let people be breathing, dropping popcorn and spilling shit. You know what I'm saying? No, man. No, okay. I mean, I never really paid too much attention to the little because before I remember they had a little iPad, and you had to kind of do the shit on the iPad or whatever.
Correct.
No, man, they had full blown laptops. It looked like you're gonna take a driver's exam or something like that. You go into little things and you're in there. And they got a little printer right there. We could print the stuff off and stuff. So
dang, okay.
The only thing I found a bit strange was other than getting it back the same day, what I found strange is that when you drop the books off in the paperwork, remember they used to kind of count the books and put them all in order based on how you had them on your sheet. They don't do that shit
Yes.
anymore. Nuh-uh. They take the books, they put them in a bag along with your with your stuff, your sheet or whatever, and they seal the bag and then they send it to the back. Yeah. So what happens is when it gets to the back, if you're missing a book or something like that, they'll just take it off off the log or whatever. Like, hey, yeah, this book was not in the lot that you submitted.
So you say.
Yeah, I mean it's weird. I find like the lady was taking the books. I'm like, hold on a sec, you're not gonna inventory the shit. Like nope. They got cameras all over the place here. We put it in they put them in a bag with the little strip, the sticky strip, and pack it up and put it in a basket, and they take it off. Yeah.
I find that weird only because for me, I like the old process where they put the books in order. And let me explain to people why. So you go there, let's say you got a stack of books, right? And they're in order. When that grader goes to grade this book, he's just pulling one off the top and starting his job. When you got to fumble through a stack of books, bro, anything can happen in anybody's hands. Could fall out, could, throw the pile back down and just focus on this one. To me, maybe I'm overthinking the process, but to me, if they were in order, it's one less thing that grader has to worry about, which comes into the care and quality of the grading of the book compared to thumbing through shit. So I don't know. I find it kind of weird.
Yep. So, and then I got some reholder. I got some reholders done for some books I had in first gen, second gen CGC cases, and those came back same day also.
Okay. Well,
so it was pretty good. And as a matter of fact, man, the show was it bad? Was it good? I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. There are actually more comic book dealers this year than last year.
Was it more comics or was it more toys? Because in the past I've gone with
I mean, there's always dudes selling rubber swords and all kinds of bullshit like that, but it just seemed like there were more comic book vendors, more comic book dealers.
Nice, that's good to know.
That were there. There were some people or some faces that I ain't seen before. This the usual people I see, but I find it pleasantly surprising though that there were. Now, what I can say is that I didn't see a lot of the super keys and stuff like that. Usually at the bigger cons, cats be bringing out the bigger money books and stuff like that. There were a couple of deals there, but for the most part, man, I didn't really see oh shit, the damn, Fantastic Four 48 and 9.8 white pages. At previous conventions, you see some damn, that's some really good stuff. It was just a lot of stuff was kind of run of the mill. And I usually don't do any buying, but I actually did this time. A dealer actually had a couple of books and I did some trading.
Nice.
And I never traded before, right? So usually straight out selling, so yeah, I did some stuff. So overall it was pretty good. We'll put some pictures, that I kind of took in my little adventures walking around there. I actually got to talk to the lead grader. Was it Matt Nelson?
Really? Matt Nelson?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah, I actually sat with him for a couple of minutes, man, and me and him talked.
And how did that happen?
There was a guy, I was going back to pick up a reholder, and there was a guy from Finland that graded some Disney book, something or whatever. And I'm not sure exactly, he had a question or something like that, but he was in the back and he actually came from the back to come talk to the guy. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool, right? So there he is standing there. And I says, hey, man, you got a second, to answer a couple of questions for me and stuff like that. I said, me and my partner, we got a YouTube channel and stuff like that. And, we just looking for content and for me to be able to kind of have a quick conversation with you and kind of pick your brain about some questions. Would it be all right? Like, yeah, not a problem. I got some time. He took a picture of me, sat with me for a couple of minutes, even said that, hey, reach out to me. And if you want me to come on your show, I'll come on your show.
Nice. That's awesome.
So one of the questions that I asked him was that since the whole getting your shit back the same day was mind-boggling, right? And I'm like, hey, man, you got to explain to me exactly what changed in the dynamics of what you guys were doing before and what you guys doing now. You guys got more people. You guys got more machines. He's like, nope, same amount of people, same amount of machines. So how are you getting the shit back the same day and maintaining some sort of quality control? And I kind of gave him that,
side eye, that one eye up.
Yeah, but I think what it is that it's not like all books are being graded at the same time. Like I said earlier when we started the conversation, that all the high value books are those are the ones that are getting graded first. So there's a greater opportunity to get that back same day. They're trying to get those done first, vice just kind of grading stuff as they come. Like, oh man, I got vintage stuff, I got modern stuff, I got economy stuff, where they kind of segregated into different sections, which made it a little bit more efficient for them to be able to get that stuff out much quicker.
I wonder if they got certain graders grading a more experienced grader grading the high value stuff, and then you can kind of
Probably.
tear it
I mean,
down.
it's not even really high value, man. You could trick the system, right?
Okay.
Because it's like damn near like $100. You know
Oh,
what I'm
okay.
saying? So you could put any book you want in high value, anything. It's not by their determination, it's by your determination.
Okay.
So if it's like X amount of dollars or more, it's considered high value. And now, okay, now they're charging you 90 something dollars. Well, it doesn't matter if you were just trying to get a $2 book graded, but you wanted it the same day. You can list it as a high value book, at least to you, not to them.
Got it.
So what ended up happening was that I had about like maybe 30 or 40 books to grade. But yeah, but I didn't. Some of the
Oh,
books, I didn't.
I'm about to
There's a
say, what
guy.
did that cost?
Yeah, no, 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 no. There's a guy out of New York. His name is Alex Needleman with Absolute Comics and Statues. He's out of New York. He does a lot of buying from me. And before I could like prep that stuff to get graded and stuff, he just made me a pretty good offer to take all that raw stuff off my hands and stuff. And I basically kept like the higher tier stuff. And that's what I ended up getting graded, was at 13 books. And
Mm,
and he ended up buying that shit anyway. So I didn't even bring a majority of that stuff home with me. I just sold it there. But when we edit the video, we'll put the pictures of some of the stuff that I actually got graded there. So it was like a Marvel Spotlight #5, a ASM 129, it's at 48s and stuff like that, a giant size X-Men #1. And I actually did keep that. That one I kept.
oh wow.
Another X-Men 94, and I
Okay.
kept that one also. So yeah, man, it was a pretty good time. I was able to get some stuff done for you, right? Because your inability to join the team down here and stuff like that, I actually got you. So I think you have it in hand by now since the taping of this video. So yeah, it was a pretty
Nice.
good time, man. It wasn't the same without you here. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right, bro. My plan was to be there, and it just didn't quite work out.
Yeah,
You know what I
and I
was going through.
and I
So,
actually bought some. I actually bought some toys and stuff like that. I got this big ass damn this Godzilla statue type thing. I mean, I was gonna break it out, but the box is like massive, right? It's
oh,
like
for
huge.
real?
Yeah, it's like massive, man. The box is like it's sitting over there, man. And I'm maybe we can pause it or whatever, and I can like break it out, man. But you know what? I'll save it, or I'll do some pictures of it or something. And then there were
Okay.
some other little statues that I ended up picking up. So, and I'll take pictures of that. We can kind of put it in the video. It's like, oh, look at this. But yeah.
What did you think of it? Like, how was the cosplay?
It wasn't that bad. You know what I'm
Because last time
saying?
I
I
went,
mean,
there wasn't that much of it.
there's a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I know that I think there's more cosplay at Awesome Con that's down
Okay.
here in the DMV than
Right.
at the Baltimore Con, because at Awesome Con and stuff like that, man, it's like you got the Power Girls and the Psylocks, and it's like, ooh, okay. Yeah, cleavage and shit like that hanging out and stuff like that. So it wasn't, or they got like the Spider Gwens and stuff like that. I was like, okay,
Right.
all right. There was a few, but it wasn't a whole hell of a lot. Some people had some pretty decent costumes, but I don't really get into all that cosplay. They're all taking pictures with one another. Ooh, look at that.
Nice.
But there was one group that were that they were the Power Rangers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And their little deal was like, okay, that's kind of tight, man. Their costumes are so well done, you couldn't tell the difference. It's like, man, is that actually from the show? Because they were so well done. And there was a guy that also did the Deadpool Wolverine, the latest movie, last movie, whatever. and
Okay.
he looked pretty good, man. His shit was like really really tight because some of the stuff looks kind of like it's okay, all right, it's kind of cool for Halloween, but this is not like production quality, like my man said in Step Brothers and stuff like that. Well, these are all right, but they're not movie quality. This dude had the whole yellow outfit and his shit like movie quality. It like holy shit, man. It's like it looked good. It looked really good.
It's funny
So
when you just talked about the Power Rangers. I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about the Key and Peele episode where he's like Black Ranger. He's
yeah,
like, no, I'm Yellow Ranger. Black Ranger, you coming up? He's like, no, I'm Yellow Ranger.
yeah. So, but they're those are the only two ones that are kind of like, oh, okay, all right, because they had like the whole Power Ranger deal, but no, it was a pretty good show. The only thing I regret is like, man, when these guys are doing these damn books on the same day, man, I find myself driving back and forth, man, to Baltimore, right? Usually it's only I do go twice, right? I go on Friday to drop the shit off, and I show back up Sunday to pick the stuff up and sell what I'm gonna sell and keep what I'm gonna keep. In this particular case, everything kept getting done, right? It's like, oh man, I go back up there. But it all worked out. You know what I'm saying? I was able to make a little bit of money. I was able to get some other books that I was looking for, man. So
So
at the end of the day, it was all worth it.
so tell us about the trades, man. Tell us about the exchange. What you trading out?
So there were I graded 3 books. They're 3D Zone number 16. It was and I'll have I'll have it here in one of the
For the
books because
hyper,
I had
yeah.
3 of them, and they were all 9/8.
Nice.
And they were like Dave Stevens covers, really popular. At first, I was having a hard time trying to get rid of them, and it's it was an extremely rare book, hard to find in the 9/8. But I guess at some point in time that a bunch of them were found, some warehouse find or something like that. So now a handful of them have dumped into the market, which probably brings the value down quite a bit. So the initial guys I was going to up to new, right? It's like for real up, serious man, it's Dave Stevens, man, bro. And they had like 2 variants to this book, one with the glasses and one without the glasses. The one with the glasses is out there, but the variant without the glasses is a little bit hard to find in a 9/8. So
Okay.
that book is like retailing glass sales and in the 1K mids, 1,500, 1,700, whatever around that. So I mean it's a solid book, right? So I was taking the guys up to new. And then I tried to sell them to Alex, and Alex as well. I don't understand about these glasses thing, and I don't want to be stuck with it. And he, tried to lowball me. Hey, nothing against you, Alex. If you're watching this, man, you're my man. You know what I'm saying? But that particular thing, like, we just couldn't, come to an agreement. But everything else we did. Thank you very much. Ching. So, but so so there was one book I was looking for that I didn't even trade with. So the upsell on that book that I had, the play I had, Damien had sold them to me. Damien, right? He had sold me 3 of them, right? And they were all 3 of them came out 9/8 white pages, and I was going to flip the other 2. Well, I only paid like $700, $800, for them, right? He didn't charge me as 9/8. He just came in raw books. If you get it, you get it, and just look out for me when you sell me something again. And they all came back 9/8. 2 of them came back 9/8 off white to white pages, and one came back 9/8 with white pages. So the off white page ones, like, yeah, I'll let these go. So I actually traded it for I want to say Creatures on the Loose, a 9.8. Okay. Like I said, I'll show you when we get started with our little show and tell deal here. And then I did a cash trade deal on 2 other books. Like I said, I'll show when we get started. But yeah, man, it went very well. But like I said, the first couple of booths I went to, and cats weren't like, too new. So I don't know if
was. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I don't know if I can get rid of them. And these are Dave Stevenson. He was he was hotter earlier in the year and stuff like that. But now it's kind of cooled off or whatever. I'm like, all right, just move on.
It's always something. It's these guys are something else. Was anybody famous there? Anybody like any stars or artists that you kind of like in particular?
What's the dude Bean from Terminator?
Bean. Oh, he was there?
Yeah. He was there.
Okay.
No
Anakin Skywalker though.
No, no, man. Nah, man. If Hayden Christensen was there, bro, I would have probably like been there all 3 days, and I would have tried to get photos and signatures all 3 days. So I just asked the guy questions. He's in the last Captain America. He's the black Captain America, not Mackie, the old guy, the older guy.
Oh yeah. That like he was like the not the first Captain America, but the original like
the original super soldier or whatever. Something
yeah.
I think he was there, and I mean, but bro, I don't get into actors and stuff like that. I mean,
I was just curious for my own knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, and I didn't see any of them, right? I mean, I heard like little announcements on the PA that the guy's leaving in 20 minutes or some shit like that. Man, it's like, I mean, there's not necessarily anybody I really want to see. Nice. Like I said, if Hayden Christensen, hell yeah, man.
Nice.
Hell yeah, brother.
Well, listen, I think I hear the music.
Yep.
I hear that music coming on.
Starting to fade in.
That's the theme song. So guys,
you first.
Time for the haul. Yeah, sure. Let me see what I got here. Since Halloween's coming up, I've been collecting some Mark Spears books. Not sure if you guys know who that is, but
yeah, don't they got like a pack or some little pumpkin pack or some shit like that for that?
They do have a pack coming out. I don't have the pack yet, but I did pick this up right here.
Ooh, the hell's wrong with your camera? Why is it backwards, homie?
Oh, it's backwards?
Yeah. What the hell?
I don't know, man. Listen, I haven't done a dry run. It's the first we're using this equipment. I got some new equipment, folks, but we'll sort it out.
Give me a break.
I got
everything is backwards, bro. And now they got to watch the show in the mirror.
Let me see here. I got this is by Clayton Crane, Stanley scripted or something like that.
Okay. Any reason why you got that?
I've always been infatuated by Stan Lee. Always been infatuated by Stan Lee. Right. I got a little Will Jack book here. A lot of people who know Pop Kills. It's kind of hot right now. It's got like a little NYCC Will Jack cover right there, signed by Will Jack.
Okay, all right. Okay,
got that going on, and kind of like that cover. DC collection right there. Now I got a little the Crow has a blind bag for New York Comic Con.
Yeah, you do.
And I pulled this out of it.
Oh, that's kind of tight. That's nice.
Little Alan Qua book right there. So I pulled that out of the Crow blind bag. That is number 300, limited 300 Virgin variant. We got a little card that tells you what they're worth. What the pull is. Now, back in the day when Darnell and I first started the show, I've got one more book to show. We kind of try to educate people on how to take care of books. And how can I say this? I bought a book and I kind of messed up the book. So the book is definitely not worth anything anymore. There's only 50 of these made, limited to 50. I got 39 out of 50. But it's a Thundercat book.
Oh yeah, man.
And
you dropped it.
Right. I saw a white speck.
Would you smear the booger on or something?
I saw a white speck on the side. I thought that it had a cut. And when I opened up the book, I took the tape off, but I didn't put it on the side like how you're supposed to normally. I left it on the flap. And it took it, and it took the thing right off you can't really see it. So yeah, it's pretty much garbage. But there's the certificate. Not that you guys can see it, but it's number 39 out of 50. But yeah, so Aris Quinones, Thundercats. So yeah, so folks, when you're taking your books from a pro, take the tape off and put it on the side, or take the tape off and put it away from the book.
Man, bump that, man. You take the tape off, you ball it up, and when it's time to put more tape on there, you strip new tape. Don't be fumbling around and putting tape, on the side of the desk or the side of the drawer or something like that, man. Just ball it up, get rid of it, so you know it's gone. Don't tape is up the devil.
You are 100% correct. Oh, and I got the Jenny Frieson Pop Kills.
Oh, okay.
Limited to 100.
What about the stuff that I sent you from the con? You said
my bad. So Darnell sent me a little surprise pack here. Really appreciative. Check this out, guys. Look what he sent me. This is a super, super cool book. Check this out, guys. Power Pack Newsstand.
Yeah, man. I,
Newsstand.
I
Very
remember reading that book when I was a kid and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You kind of, that's what kind of gravitated me towards the X-Men, towards Power Pack, towards the New Mutants, because those are characters that were portrayed around my age at the time. Teenage years and stuff like that. So you kind of were felt more kindred with them and some of their problems that they were going through, along with their powers and stuff, right? So I have that book in I bought two of them, and one of them I graded. That one I didn't grade it because I needed to press and clean it. The other one came back at 9.8 white pages, and I'm pretty much sure that one's going to come back 9.8 white pages. Just clean it, press it, and I think you'll probably be happy.
nice. I'm very happy. I'm very, very appreciative. We didn't have to do that. While he was at the con, he also picked up. She's one of my favorite artists. There's a couple people I consider girls that can draw that I'm really, enamored with. They got my respect. But I picked up some Sozo Micah stuff for me, and super cool Sozo Micah.
Yeah,
Black
told her,
cat.
I told her, yeah, he likes that shiny shit, so let's do the shiny shit.
So he got me that. Got me another really cool print. It's hard to see. Hard to see.
Yeah, man, she signed it and she drew some kissable lips or something like that on there, whatever.
Yeah. So super cool stuff. Got the Spider-Gwen one. I wasn't expecting this. It was nicer than I saw out on the Instagram page that I sent you. And then he got me the Gun Honey. Gun Honey.
Yeah, that's really
So,
really kind of different. I asked her, why do you she said that she draws in different styles based on her mood, but I kind of like what she's currently doing now, because she has that kind of like anime feel to it a little bit, and I'm like, oh, okay. And like I was talking, I was like, I've been sleeping on this broad. What else she's been doing? But I want to say that she's supposed to be doing some interior work with a Zenoscope here
Nice.
shortly. That's what she told me.
Nice.
And she also told me that, hey, if we ever want her on a show or something like that, to reach out, and I guess she'll come and talk on the show and talk about drawing as a girl and stuff. So
Nice.
Yep.
Nah, she's
She- she-
super
she-
cool, man.
She gave me her contact info and stuff like that. So it was all right. Yeah.
Guys, we're moving up. Just give us some time. We'll get this. We'll get the show on the road.
I know we
Well,
keep promising forever but never deliver, but we'll get there. We promise. We'll get there.
Nice. Yeah, so that's pretty much my haul. I don't have much. I apologize. I have CGC is doing their 10 for 10 right now, so I am going to be sending some stuff away. Plus Todd McFarlane is going to be there in November. I got a bunch of Todd McFarlane stuff I'm sending out. It's going to be pricey, but yeah, when I get my haul back in probably a couple months, we'll see some actually physical graded books. We'll maybe do a surprise opening, but definitely want to get out all my Spider-Man #1s graded from I don't have the platinum version, but I got the regular, the black, a newsstand black, and a gold. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So want to get those done. But yeah, thanks again, man.
Yeah. One thing I forgot to mention at CGC, they're adding a fourth on site to their little tour.
Oh
Right.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, so
this
they
one?
want to say it's. I was trying to look at my phone here. What is it? It's Galaxy Con in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh wow.
So yeah, they're doing on site there now. So they got four places a year that I guess during the time that they're doing on site grading. So E2, it's Hero Con, Baltimore, and then Galaxy.
Nice. Well, guys, mine's menial. Let's go to the guy that's got all the hotness over here. So let's see what he has got going on.
So a couple of these is this is like one of them I actually picked up before the con, because we haven't done a show in a while, but things still keep coming to the door. So I picked this up.
Infinity Gauntlet, nice book. Newsstand. Newsstand.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't-
So
why wouldn't it be a
this
newsstand?
back in during the Avengers craze, during the comic boom and stuff like that, this was a little bit of a pricey book. They had it up there in price and stuff, but now a lot of that stuff has come way down, and I just see it as a great opportunity to pick up some stuff that I kind of let go during the comic boom and kind of get back, because it's at a pretty decent price now.
Nice.
Um, I don't have any more pre-code horror, raw pre-code horror. I sold it all. Everything else from a pre-code standpoint is all like graded in my boxes and stuff like that. But look what I found the other night. You know what I'm saying? I found this one here, Tales of the Crypt.
I like that
Number
cover.
what number is this? Number 33. And this is kind of like a key in the Tales of the Crypt run because it's the origin of the Crypt Keeper or something like that. But this book is like extremely nice. I think it could grade high. I'm gonna send it to a friend of mine that's able to do spine rolls and all kind of stuff like that because it has like a little bit of spine roll or whatever. But the corners are extremely nice on a 1950 something book. You know, see that corners are really good.
So stop the press for a second. And maybe I misunderstood you. You sold all the pre-code horror?
All the raw stuff that I had. So
Okay.
so all that raw stuff that I showed in previous shows and stuff like that was raw.
That's
When I was
that's
waiting for
gone.
Baltimore, all that shit's gone. It's all gone. All of
But
it.
you have graded stuff though.
Oh yeah, I kept all
Oh,
majority of my great
okay.
stuff.
Gotcha. Okay,
Well,
gotcha.
no, there was one book I should have kept, but I sold. It was a
This guy.
Lawbreakers suspense, whatever, number 11. That's the one with the little gnome, you know, the little guy holding the tongues or something like that. That pre-code horror cover, and I sold it, and like I shouldn't have sold it because it's extremely rare. I mean, it graded out extremely well, but it's like I thought it would be worth a bit more, right? But anywho, maybe I'll find it again. It wasn't really on my high on my list to have and keep, but
Okay.
maybe I may double back and try to find it some
Double
other time.
back
But anyway,
comics.
so yeah, now this is the start of it again, right? So I have another
The Hunt.
360 something days between now and next Baltimore, or I may try to go to Heroes Con. I may try to go because I've never gone. I heard it's pretty good. Even Matt Nelson said that a majority of the books that they grade there are more vintage stuff. It seems like at the other conventions there's more modern stuff or whatever. So maybe it's like another opportunity to get some different looks and stuff like that. So I don't know what else we have here. So
If you
this
don't know
is the
Darnell, folks, he loves The Hunt.
So here's the stuff that I got graded, that I kept, and a couple of the books that I actually did for trade. So here's one that I got graded.
Nice. 9.4. X-Men 94. It's one of my favorite covers.
Night White Pages came back pretty much as I thought it would, on the money. I knew it was a 9.4, got a 9.4. So here's one that I was talking about that I got 3 of these graded and I sold or did the trade for 2 of them. Is this one here?
Space Vixens, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, the title of it is not Vague Space Vixens, it's 3D Zone.
All 3 zone.
Number 16 or whatever. So rare book, very hard to find, especially in high grade. I could say one of Dave Stevens, some of Dave Stevens' best work here.
Okay.
So like I said, I got 3 of them. Bought 3. All 3 came back 9.8. 2 of them was off white to white pages. This one came back with white pages, so you know which one I'm going to keep. Keep the one with the white pages. And then let's see what else I got here. So I think this is the last one that I kept. So it's not necessarily it'll be a bigger haul in pictures when we edit this. But bam,
Nice. Giant size X-Men.
yep. So I had an 8. So I mean I have a 9.6 of this in the safe, 9.6 white pages.
Jesus.
But I kind of keep that one put away and stuff like that, and I keep the other books out so I can enjoy them, right, and share them, right. So I got a 9.6 white pages, and then I had an 8.0 white pages, and then Alex Needleman says, "Hey, you want to sell at 8.5?" I'm like, "No, because I have an 8.0. I'll say the 8.0 because I'm gonna keep the 8.5." So I sold him the 8.0.
Wow.
So this is one of the books that I did a trade for with that 3D Zone 16, and this book is not really worth all that much or whatever, but I really love the series, which was Creatures on the Loose.
Man Wolf. Nice.
Yeah. I've been a Man Wolf fan. right?
That's pretty cool, man.
Um, so so I got that, and then
Wasn't there Man Wolf in one of the Moon Knight series?
I think so. I think
Like he was fighting Man Wolf or something.
they've probably tussled once or twice. So
Okay.
then this is a pretty good one, and this was actually part of the whole trade cash thing. I think there's a good opportunity for this one here, for a CPR, for an upgrade. Look at this one.
I think I bought that book from you, but I got a 3.5 on it back in the day, and I sold it.
Yeah, so
That's
I think
nice.
this is a second generation case. This thing hasn't been cleaned or pressed. It got a 9.0. I'm thinking about I may crack this, clean it, press it, take my chances.
Nice.
And this last one is part of this trade. You flip over this one. This is a really good one, and I've been hunting for this one for a while. Haven't been able to find a raw one in the wild that would meet my expectations of 9.8 or better.
Daredevil 131.
Yeah.
Wow.
First
Bro.
person bullseye. 9.8.
Bro. Damn.
I mean, I would have loved to have it like 9.8 white pages, but you know what? You can't win them all. But I think that it's pretty good. So, but that's the stuff that I kind of kept. I sold the majority of it to cash in, and yeah, and then start all over again, man. To start the process all over again, rinse and repeat, man. Collect, hunt in the wild. Do your best to try to find, the highest grade raw books, especially books that, have some upsell to them, especially when you can clean them and press them and stuff like that. And then, be able to make a little bit of money, be able to pocket some cash, and be able to, turn around and keep the hobby fueled. Right. So, yeah.
Nice. It's a nice haul, man. I'm glad it worked out for you. When you sent me the pictures before, I was like, dude, that's a pretty good haul. So
yeah,
back that,
because I got a good grade on that Marvel Spotlight #5. I got a good grade on what else did I have there? Strange Tales 169. I had a pretty decent grade on that. So overall, it wasn't bad. It's not as aggressive as I've been in the past, where you've seen me, man. I had boxes and boxes of grade. I had the cart. I had to have that little cart.
I love that little cart. You got a little cart full of comic books.
Yeah, man. I had like 30, 40 books, man. I'm running around the con trying to pedal. But this time, man, the majority of the books I can hold in my little backpack or whatever. So it was
easier to carry.
Yeah, I think money wise, it was I think I got more bang for my buck selling less, right? Because before it was like kind of a lot of volume. Even though the grades came out high, not all those books were like, big money books like in the thousands of dollars and stuff like that. But everything I sold this time were all major keys and stuff like that. So it was hard. It was hard for whoever bought the books to really kind of like lowball me and stuff like that, for the simple fact they're like major keys or first appearances.
Nice. Well, bro, once again, very intrigued by how you handle and take care of your business. Happy that the grades came out really good for you. At least you got and the fact that you got the books back in the day. I know you don't like traveling and driving back and forth to the same place or just being out the home, but at least you're able to kind of experience a different kind of appeal with the con, especially if they have it more organized. And this time, rather than just dropping off the books and leaving, you actually got to walk around the con and kind of appreciate it. 'Cause that's why I go. I go for the grading too, but I kind of like to see which artists out there, which is up and coming, what do they got, and kind of peruse a little bit and see, and as I get older, I'm kind of diminishing getting books signed, just because like when you focus on signing a book, you could spend all day at a con and do nothing. Because
Man, them lines were like the line for Chris Claremont, bro. It was ridiculous. Yeah. It was ridiculous, man. I was like, what the hell? I can remember, man, a couple of years ago, there was Doline, you know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden he has this kind of like resurgence with
Well, I think people know that they're getting older, right? I mean, look at Frank Miller. He's because Frank Miller lives near Baltimore, so he's always at
yeah,
that con.
he wasn't there.
Yeah, but eventually those guys are gonna be coming out. I mean, listen, man. I remember when I got a signature. That's the first time not the first time I met you. Well, yeah, no, yeah, it's the first time I actually physically met you to go to the Baltimore Comic Con. I think it was 2017 or something like that. I can't remember. And Frank Miller was there. Old dude, mad respect for Frank Miller. Did Sin City, does a whole bunch of stuff. Wolverine, I could go on and on and on. Batman, but you see him, he's walking, he's super slow. He's older. The guy's old. No disrespect, but once he sits down, man, and he's ready to rock and roll, and start signing, he's spry. He's like 23 again. And it's amazing. He's whipping out books. He's just because I bought the VIP package, so that's whenever you bring up the VIP package, I chuckle in my head because they cut you in line. But I had that package that very first time I went.
Right.
And
and I'm like, why'd you buy that, man? Why'd you waste some money?
I had to get Frank Miller's signature, bro. That's the only way to get it. So, but yeah, so no, I'm always intrigued about seeing these people and the fact that they are getting older. And I'm like, man, I got two more guys on my list that need to get six from.
What Finch is it? David Finch?
Finch, yeah, another great artist.
He was there.
Oh wow.
I'm like, dang. But I've never been a signature guy. But I actually got a couple of X-Men books. Like, damn, man, if I would have known you'd been there, man, because there were people at his table, but it wasn't a line going around the block or anything like that.
Yeah,
like, man,
and his books always grayed out, man. They always increase in value. I've never had a problem with David Finch or Clayton Crane. Clayton Crane books are like, man, you buy a Clayton Crane book for $50, $60, $70, 2-3 years, a $500 book.
Yeah.
So I, with a signature on it. So
I want to say that I think Crane are the only books that I actually have in my collection here that I have a signature for. I don't have any other. I don't have any artist signatures in my collection except for him now.
Quick story before we go. I went to Baltimore Comic Con with him, guys, folks, and he got Clayton. So first of all, when Amazing Spider-Man 800 came out, Clayton Crane did this set where it was Spidey, Black Cat, I forget, but there was a secret cover D. Now, meanwhile, I got all three ABC signed. I leave. Darnell steps this guy, doesn't know who he is. He knows him from me. He goes, "Hey man, what's that cover you got hiding behind there?" He goes, "That's a D cover. Nobody knows about that." He sells it to Darnell and he gets him to sign that D cover, which is the hardest one to get. And he has a copy of it. That's my story. Cover D. Nobody's got cover D.
I mean, just like Souza, you know what I'm saying? I was like, broad, who the hell you? It's like, dude, I'm like, and you're sending me, you're gushing over this damn broad. I'm like, man, maybe she looks like something. I don't know. What the hell?
No, it's just her artwork.
And I walk up on, I walk over there and I'm like, oh, okay. But she had these stickers that she was selling of the artwork, the stickers, vinyl stickers or whatever. Mm-hmm. Man, I should have bought some of those. You may be able to order them off her page or whatever, but she had like vinyl stickers and stuff of the, different characters that she's been drawing and stuff like that. But yeah, and I'm like, all right, now I'm a fan. I'm like trying to figure out what the hell else she's been drawing, but she hasn't drawn a whole hell of a lot.
No.
But she's up and coming. So man, I don't be paying a whole lot of attention to all that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, whatever, it's cool. Who had a pretty good setup was Unknown Comics. Their setup was pretty impressive.
That guy's like the Walmart of comic books, bro.
So, I mean, I don't think I took a picture of the setup. But the bottom line was that instead of like having the books on like racks and stuff like that, they had like these tarps, right? These like kind of boxes that were covered in the material or something like that, the cloth or whatever, like a tent, right? It's kind of like a tent. And then what it did, it just had all the pictures of all the covers on there. And had like the prices, you know what I'm saying, of the book. And it had like a little maze, right? That you kind of walk through and you kind of look and you can see all the books. You can gotta go to the guy in the front, like, yo, man, I want that one, and that one. And he would go to the boxes and pull them out. I'm like, man, I kind of like this. This is kind of cool, because there was some thievery going on there, man. Some thievery. Like some guy, got like an Avenger Force, a couple of Avenger Force lifted or some shit like that. So he was running around to the different dealers and stuff like that were there saying, hey man, if somebody tries to sell you, some mint condition Avengers 4s and stuff like that. They're probably mine, and can you give me a call?
Wow.
So yeah, man, there's some people out there, trying to rip people off or whatever, man. So it's like people ain't shit.
Shenanigans at the con. We'll be back after these messages.
So man, you gotta make next year, bro. You have to get down there because we had a lot of fun. It was cool. It was cool.
Nice. No, most definitely. I'll be in a much better position. I'm working on actually fixing a lot of things this year, so much better next year. I can guarantee you that. The hard work I'm putting in right now is not going to fail, so it'll pay off. But guys, listen, thank you so much for watching. Sorry we've been away for so long. It hasn't been the greatest ease for me to do the show. It's a lot of responsibilities, but yeah. So listen, check out the next show. We're going to talk about some more interesting topics, especially with the new movies coming out and the Marvel, whatever phase they're in. And there's so many TV shows now. I actually watched Marvel Zombies, which I want to talk about, but maybe
that show's pretty good. We can get into that in the
good.
next show. I binged it.
Yeah,
and also great Splinter Cell.
Yes,
Splinter Cell.
So yeah, we'll definitely hit on those topics next week. So guys, thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. All right, peace out. As usual, and we'll get to you on the flip side. Peace out.
Yeah, take care, everyone.